Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm vengeance.
I have given a name to my pain.
The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Hey now, welcome to episode number 20 of this audio-only podcast version of the Batman on Film Social Hour. I am the host of this here show on Batman on Film, Bill, Jett, Ramey. Also founded Web TV. I didn't found Web TV, but I did found Batman on Film on a Web TV over 23 years ago. Pete Verra, how are you? How you doing?
I'm good. I remember Web TV. I've never used one. So I was always curious, like, what was that like? Was it like kind of like, for lack of a better term, was it a cable box you hooked up to your television that basically turned it into a monitor?
Yep. Exactly what it was.
Really?
Dial up.
Interesting. Man, do you still have the box?
God, no, I don't have any. I don't have it. No,
It'd be
it's
great if
gone.
you did for
I
the
know.
for the museum when you build
Yeah. Well, that's coming. The Batman on Film Museum. It's getting,
people can't see this, but that office.
I'm even getting.
one.
Sure, I'm getting a grant from a federal government for that. Just how important it is. Hey,
Give Knox a grant.
They would. They probably put that Web TV in the Smithsonian. You know.
Oh man. You'll get a new Lego diorama. Lego Web TV.
Yes, Web TV. Wow. Anyway, that was a long time ago. So we got a few topics we're going to talk about here today. How you been doing, Pete? How you been?
I'm good. It's been hot. It hasn't been Texas. I don't know. It feels like it's Texas hot over here on the East Coast.
What you got going temperature wise?
I mean, we were in the 90s with humidity, so
Okay.
that's not there yet. I feel like you guys are 10 degrees hotter, but it was pretty hot for us.
Yesterday was Father's Day, and
It was hot too.
we went to the Rangers Twins game, which is kind of represents my relationship with announcer Rachel, because she's from Minnesota.
There you
I'm
go.
from Texas.
Is she a big Twins fan?
She was. She was sporting Rangers gear yesterday, but she was like, I mean, I don't either way. Her dad
Incognito.
her dad was a huge Twins fan, so she was I would be happy with either outcome. So the Twins did win 4-2. Rangers cannot score any runs, man. They just have no offense whatsoever, like none.
Yeah. I mean,
Whatever.
the Yankees aren't doing too hot either, so I got nothing to say. They're winning right now, but they peak and valley a lot.
Who's leading that AL East?
I believe right now the Red Sox are. I think Tampa's lost like 5 out of 6. So
Tampa's always solid, aren't they?
They are. They're always mixing things up, and they're always getting rid of guys before they have to pay them at the right time, and they're always getting the right haul at the right moment. So, but Glass now got hurt, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah. All right. So we got some Batman and DC topics, and they're all basically Batman or DC on film topics. No comic books. Well, yeah. No comic book stuff. Unless it just comes up, unless I go on a tangent.
Which is possible.
Like right now, which I'm not. What are they doing here? Are they trying to get current DC continuity to future state? Is that what's going on?
I think they're just trying to run things parallel.
Or is that's what I'm gonna say. Or is it concurrent? Because I know that the next Batman's got his own title coming out.
It's kind of like what's happening now, what could possibly happen in the future somewhere out there in the universe. You know, like this could possibly. That's how I interpret future state is now that and I've been reading Gotham Future State, which is a really good Red Hood book in black and white. written by Joshua Williamson, which is
Okay.
fantastic. Please read that. I'm reading Jason Todd's story, so it's good. It's just, I think they're just running things at the same time. I think they're trying something a little bit different, which is
Okay.
kind of creative on their part. They usually just kind of like, oh, we rebooted the universe, here we go. But now they're kind of doing, Future State could possibly be somewhere else. It could possibly not. They're kind of leaving it open for interpretation to see where the narrative kind of takes it. So
I did like Dark Detective a lot. I wasn't a big fan of the next Batman. I liked, and Batman has lost me. I'm reading Detective. I like Detective quite a bit.
A lot of people are down on Batman. A
Yeah.
lot of people are down on Batman.
Detective is like my main book, and I like this mini series, Batman Detective.
The Detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've enjoyed that. It's fantastic. It's fun. It's a fun read. Yeah.
So that's what I got going on Batman wise in the comics. All right, here we go. Let's get to this. So let's see. I did watch and review Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 last week.
Did you watch it in a theater?
I did not. I watched it in my home theater, if you want to call it that.
There you go.
Which is like on my couch. I'm not fancy with. I don't have theater seats and all that stuff. But I have a sound bar that produces.
I just want to get you saying theater.
Surround sound like a theater. No, I watched it, and you can read my review on Batman on Film. Now, Pete here. Y'all, he is waiting to watch him back to back. And he'll be able to do that in August because we don't
it's not that far away.
Yeah, it's like 6 weeks. And what's cool, I mean, you can't, if we were on video, you could see it. I'll show Pete. When I got they sent me the reviewing copy, and part was this like desk calendar.
Nice.
That's a countdown of
Part 2?
To Part 2, yeah.
That's great.
With pictures and trivia information about Long Halloween.
Great.
And what else
BOF
was in there?
perks.
Yeah, what else was in there? There was something else cool. Oh, there was some pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern stencils.
Oh, wow. I saw those. You put those on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's great. I love doing I always do the bat one, obviously. But I love buying that stencil book from like Walgreens every Halloween.
So got those. So I usually, I do carve the bat, but it's just kind of about, I draw it on there, but I'll do the stencil thing this year because they're really cool.
Fun.
But I will say this, no spoilers. I'm not going to give a full review. I'll just say it may be the best animated Batman film I've seen. I mean, it's up there with Phantasm. It really is.
In your opinion, does Part 2 need to be as good to sink the landing?
Yes.
Or if Part 2 is a little off, does it ruin all the mojo here?
I don't know if it would ruin it. To where it's heading, I can't see Part 2 being dropping in quality. It's just, I mean, you're getting to the meat of the story. I mean, this was all
How long
set
is Part
up
1?
About 70 minutes. Ish.
Now, does it feel like a complete movie to you, or is it as someone who hasn't seen it, does it feel like a cliffhanger?
It ends. Yes, it ends with a cliffhanger.
It ends with a cliff, but it feels like a complete movie.
I wouldn't say cliffhanger. It ends incomplete, 100% incomplete. The story is far from over with, and it's just built, and it's really built up to a point where I'm dying to see Part 2.
Does it do the book justice?
Oh yes, it captures, and what I love about it, it captures the spirit of the book, but it's not a straight up adaptation. It's not like Year One and The Dark Knight Returns, which I both love those.
So would you put this more? This is more like a Flashpoint paradox, which is
it's more like Flashpoint. Yeah, that
there's a lot
Hush
in there from the book, but it's not. It doesn't happen exactly that way.
And then I know people were upset, quote unquote, upset that they didn't mimic Tim Sale's artwork down to
you're talking to one of them right here.
Okay. That does not even matter. They capture, I mean, I'll say this, Tim Sale is very front and center acknowledged in this in this film from the very beginning.
Good.
You'll see what I'm talking about. And God, it just I thought the backgrounds are fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, it looks gorgeous, and even the characters themselves are like they're the outline when you draw the animation. There is a small black line, because they are drawn, but
The stroke.
But these are more prominent. It almost gives it a motion comic, a motion comic type feel to it.
Interesting.
It's kind of hard to explain, but that's the best way. I try to write that in the review and explain it. But
I haven't read the review for obvious reasons. I just don't want to take any chances.
No spoilers in there. None.
No, I get it. And it's just, I do this with very few things.
Yeah.
And it's usually something that I do with something I don't particularly care about. Like, let's say Thor, the third Thor film.
Yeah.
I don't care. So
Yeah.
I can go completely dark and not have to worry about anything. But for something you do care about, it's kind of a different experience.
I got you. Okay.
I can't wait to watch it from beginning to end, because I did. We were talking pre-show, and I told you I did the same thing for Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Especially, it was a little bit easier for that because everyone's like, "Oh, it's the book, page for page, scene for scene." And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, then I can wait. And I did. I waited for the deluxe edition, and I bought it on disc.
Yeah.
Back when discs were a thing. So hopefully they'll do that, and I'll buy the Blu-ray so I can just watch it. Because when I watch Dark Knight Returns now on HBO Max, if I try to stream it, part one ends, I've got to go back and physically select part two. It drives me crazy. I'd much rather, when I watch that, I make time for it. I'm like, 3 hours down, set aside, and I watch my movie, and it's epic.
Well, I gave it an
I'm
A+,
excited.
part one. And if part two delivers and is better or as good,
Wow.
this is a classic in the making. It's one of the best Batman movies. It's up there, man. It's
now I believe
period.
it's part of the new universe. Does it ever feel in continuity with something else that's come before it?
No.
No, so this can't.
Now
while
I'll
it's
say
supposed to be a universe, it is standalone.
I'll say this: you could watch year one and go right into this. You could.
Oh, that's possible. Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing that would negate, except for maybe the the artwork of the films. Now Gordon looks similar. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that the other day. Yeah, year one, and but it's not tied to. It's Batman. It's Batman. Man, it's good. That's all I got for you. So. It drops tomorrow. If you're watching it, and you watch if you do watch it and you don't wait for part two like Pete is, to watch it together, drop me. I want to know what y'all think about it, because I'm dying to see what the response is.
I gotta find out what Lauer has to say about it. He's the big long Halloween guy around.
I am the guy. I am the one who.
You're the big Hush guy around here.
Yeah, I am. I prefer Hush, Batman Returns. BVS,
which
yes.
Batman Returns celebrated 29. Come on, give it up for you. You
I
gave
said
Oswald some love.
I said something nice about it.
You were a lot nicer than Ricky Joe Shoe. Tell me he's gonna burn.
I'm just glad he finally got around to watching it after 29 years.
You can't tell me that Oswald Cobblepot isn't such a fascinating villain. Come on, DeVito is amazing.
I think DeVito's performance is great.
Oh, he's brilliant. It's such a unique take on the Penguin, and I truly do appreciate
doesn't
it.
mean
I like it.
I have to like the depiction of the Penguin.
It also terrified me as a child. So I know why we got Batman Forever.
I'm sure it did. Yes.
I get it, but now, in my 30s, I'm like, well, even then, in my teens, I was like, God, I love this movie.
Well,
I love it. I was watching it yesterday, and Pfeiffer's just brilliant when she's in Shrek's and she's doing her whip work. She's magic, and then her and Penguin when they're swallowing birds and stabbing kittens. It's just I can't get up.
Batman
French flipper trick.
And Batman blowing up strong men with bombs down their pants and catching.
Hey, if
and
Batman
catching
had
people
good
on
aim,
fire.
He would have killed the Joker in '89.
Yeah, but
if Batman had good aim, he would have shot the Joker.
He was just trying to stop him. All right. So speaking of, you talked about that you don't care about Thor 3. So
Right.
if you see something or hear something that doesn't bother you.
I mean, I tried still to stay away from spoil. Like, you know me, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm so Jett influenced. It's not even funny. Like,
So-
I'm like, unless it's Jett photos, what are you doing? Pew pew. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying. See, I'm segueing. I'm saying because right now, if you are avoiding anything in that type of set picks and all that stuff from the Flash,
It's impossible.
they're like almost impossible.
It might be easier to dodge actual bullets.
I stumbled upon it, and saw a couple things. There's been some. I'll say this: there's pictures of Supergirl in full costume.
I've muted like 30 people, and a lot of them are like good people too. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
like, times have changed. Everyone just wants to see everything on.
Yeah, and got a glimpse of Keaton as Bruce Wayne.
yeah.
I won't describe either one, but I will say this: I was glad to know that they're not going to de-age Bruce Wayne and make him look like he did.
I mean, I guess I don't. I mean, who knows what they actually show us? But from what
Well,
I don't know what you would have to do to his face to de-age him to begin with. He didn't have any like black dots or anything, so.
he got gray hair. I'll put it that way. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he looks good. He looks good.
Keaton looks good, man.
Did they actually? That's not his hair. His hair is gray. I feel like he had his hair in Homecoming, but he might be wearing them.
He's got a little
something
going on there. Yeah.
There's something there. I just don't know if it's all his. I don't know. I'm just curious. I know it's
Keaton's-
Hollywood, so
yeah,
I mean,
Keaton's-
Affleck wore a wig, so
Yeah, which I don't understand that. I don't know why
he does that for all his movies. That's like his thing.
He's got good thick hair.
I don't know, but I think he naturally I think he just personally likes his hair just kind of short, and a lot of his movies,
Yeah, I
has
guess.
a flow.
Sure.
His Bruce Wayne wig looked great. I mean, when someone told me Affleck wears wigs in his movies, I was shocked. I was like, I mean,
obviously in Argo he had one on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then people are like, oh no, it's like a thing. Like a lot of actors, like obviously Nicolas Cage doesn't, but like John Travolta does.
Yeah. I'll put it this way: Keaton in Spider-Man: Homecoming is not sporting any sort of hair system.
No,
He's natural.
Yeah.
He's going to have a hair system in the Flash, and he is going to be his age. Thank goodness. That's what
He looks good.
Yeah,
he looks good for his age.
So
They could have got you for Old Man Wayne. Actually, you kind of look. If you shaved the goatee, maybe you could
it's
be.
still there.
Shave the goatee. You got a little silver fox on top.
Yes. So yes, I guess I do. My hair's still thick and it's good. I didn't lose my hair, thank goodness. But if I did, I'm one of those who I'd clip it all off down and go Bruce Willis.
Just make sure you have sunscreen. Don't get sick.
Yeah. This is off on a tangent. All right. So anyway, the point is, I don't know how you could avoid them if you're into stuff like we are, because they're going to show up at the places you go, but you can go to Batman on Film and not see them. And then I caught some shit for just saying on Twitter that yes, the set pics from the Flash weren't on Batman on Film, and that was on purpose. And then got some shit for that. I was like,
what are you gonna do?
Whatever. Okay. So, but anyway, I will say I'm excited for the Flash. I'm excited to see Keaton.
Yes.
I hope that I think that Muschietti, if I said that right, Mr. Muschietti, the director, I liked him revealing the chest logos of the characters he's revealed so far. We've got Keaton's Batman. We got the Flash, of course, and we got Supergirl like last Friday.
And I think Black Adam is wrapping up.
Yeah. What did you think of the Supergirl? I mean, at first, Supergirl logo, at first glance, it looks like the Cavill Superman S.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. It looks. I mean, to me, when I see that, I'm a pre-crisis, post-crisis kid. So,
But
I see that. I think Earth 2 Superman, and I said on Twitter, the Earth 2S, it's got a long run. I was surprised when they went with it in Man of Steel, just because it's so different. I don't know, like, while it still looks like Superman, it's not the familiar S. You know, like
I like that. I like Cavill's the S.
Yeah,
But
it's cool.
this one,
especially since they wanted to look more alien. Like I get
yeah,
it. Like,
this one is the Supergirl logo is a little different. It's
New 52 Supergirl, her logo was different than New 52 Superman, so this isn't something we've seen in the past.
I mean, this one, the bottom part of the S,
yeah, it's slightly different.
Connects to the middle part. Mm-hmm. It doesn't do that with the Man of Steel Cavill suit. The edges are different, you know.
Yeah, I think even in the Supergirl TV show, her and Superman have had different logos.
I think that
so it's nothing new.
I think people were like, because the first reaction was, it's just like Cavill's, and I was like, you better look again because it's not. I think there are a lot of people who are wanting it to be like that because
there are a lot. Yeah,
they want Cavill. They want to think that Cavill's going to return at some point.
I don't know. Who knows? This could be Earth 34 Supergirl. Like she could be. I don't know. This is a movie delving into the multiverse. Who knows if all three of these main characters even start off on the same place? Like this Supergirl could not possibly might be Cavill's cousin, right? She could possibly not be Cavill's cousin. She could be Christopher Reeve's cousin. I don't know, but I have no idea. She,
that's Helen Slater now. Don't.
Well, there you go. See, there you go. So it's not Helen Slater. Thank you for thank you, Continuity Police. But yeah, like you don't know what universe this character is. Who knows? Like the Flash could bring them all together from 3 different universes.
I'm betting that she is not. I think she's from a different Earth than the one from the original DCEU, and I think. This is a hot take, Pete. You ready for this hot take?
Remember the last time we had a hot take?
This is a hot take. Yeah. Here's a hot take. I suspect she becomes the super person of the films that are connected, the DC films that are technically connected at Warner Brothers after The Flash.
Interesting. All right.
I think / know that Keaton's Batman, Bruce Wayne, becomes the bat person of the
There's going to be a lot of speculation. I'm sure you have one of many fan theories going on right now. You know, I'm just going to kind of wait for a trailer. I like what I've seen so far. Everything looks cool. I think Muschietti is a brilliant filmmaker. I trust him. I trust Barbara Muschietti, and what's her name? Hodson. She wrote Birds of Prey. She wrote this one, right? I like the creative team involved, so I'm really pleased with everything so far.
I like time travel, alternate reality type movie and TV stories. So this is
interesting.
This is gonna be up my alley.
It's an interesting first for Flash's first solo or first headline film, to go kind of big like this.
I hope that and this may not even be the case, and I would suspect it may not be, but if there's any ever filming on location with the bat suit, I hope that they reveal an image of it before spy pics get out. But
the spy pics have already gotten out. Oh, you mean of Keaton's Batman?
The bat suit, the bat, yeah. I will say I'm not thinking that they'll shoot anything on an outdoor set on location with the bat suit. That's me.
Depending on how much CGI is used for that Keaton suit, I don't know. It might not be the greatest thing to get a spy pic. Well, they're not. Even those Supergirl pictures.
Yeah.
Weren't great. Like things were missing.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sure.
So.
Sure.
And it kind of leads okay, that's the direction they're still going in. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see how these 3 characters come together. And fandom when's fandom? August?
October
16th. So that's probably when we get something for this movie.
For the Batman, for sure. They got to give you something from the Flash, I'd imagine.
Beforehand, you think?
For the Flash?
Yeah.
No. I mean, the Flash is, I mean, even at fandom, they're still over a year out from the Flash coming out. So there's really no point. I like what he's doing right now with these little teases.
I can't complain. I'm enjoying it.
That's all I need. I don't need the whole damn entree right now. You know.
No, I'm enjoying what I've gotten.
You know, keep up with this stuff. Keep up with this stuff. All right, so let's see. All right, today, right before we started this, David F. Sandberg, the director of Shazam: Fury of the Gods, also the director of the original Shazam, he did a smart thing, which we just kind of I just alluded to with the bat suit. He put out
he got burned though, so it's not like he beat them to the point. You know.
Yeah, he did. With Captain Marvel, Shazam himself with the new suit, but he put out a picture of the whole Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, there's a Captain Marvel family to me. Damn it,
The Shazamly,
whatever. Captain Marvel family,
Pew, pew.
and their new suits. They look cool. I'm looking at it
right now. Mary Marvel. I love the fact that Mary Marvel is already involved in this universe, and she's going to have a very strong impact in the second film. But they all look great. Freddie Freeman looks great as Captain Marvel Jr. I wish I would find out what do they call him in the comics? Is he called Captain Marvel Jr. right now, or is he called Shazam?
I don't know. That's what he was. That's what I always knew him as. Captain Marvel Jr.
And I always thought that was interesting that he was literally Captain Marvel Jr.
Wouldn't you be pissed if you were Freddie Freeman, where you're the same age as Billy Batson, but Billy Batson, he hollers Shazam and he becomes a full-fledged adult, while Captain Freddie Freeman is still basically a kid. He doesn't have the crutch anymore, and he's got superpowers.
It's even funny because this Freddie loves superheroes, so he can't even pick his own name if he Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Elvis.
No, the suits look great.
Elvis was a huge Captain Marvel Jr. fan.
That was like his look.
Yeah. A lot of the 70s suits were inspired by the Captain Marvel Jr. stuff.
Very much.
Yes. So they're out there. If you want to check them out, I think the Shazam suit, Captain Marvel suit, is much better than the one in the original film. The other one is a little puffy to me. That in the original one.
Yeah, it didn't bother me. I did like how the lightning bolt lit up on his chest, but I remember watching behind the scenes stuff, and it was very problematic getting that contraption to work when they were filming. So it doesn't look like the new lightning bolt lights up. I'll miss that, but I still think they look great. I think all 6 of them look absolutely amazing. Yeah,
they kind of streamlined the suits. They're not as puffy it looked like he had a layer of a muscle suit underneath, which he did, and which blows my mind sometimes. These actors get jacked up for these roles, and then they layer a muscle suit still on top of them, like Affleck and BVS, or Cavill. Yeah. So,
I mean, dude, Cavill looks like a McGinnis Superman right out of the comic.
Yeah.
Very.
Man of Steel was on TNT the other day, and I was in the office and I heard it. Rachel was going through and stopped on it. And I went there and watched a little bit of it. I still love that. Borderline loved the movie. And what struck me is how much younger Cavill looks in that film.
I remember. Oh, he's very young.
Because it's almost 10 years since they filmed it, since he was cast, and 10 years since they filmed it.
Yeah,
it was 2000. It was 2012 when they filmed it. So he was cast around this time, 10 years ago. And
I remember him saying that most of the time, the scene where he had to spend the most time working out for was where he comes out of the ocean and he's like, stealing that guy's clothes right off the line.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess that makes sense. You're pretty much. Yes. I was like, you're really jacked in that scene, man. Like, you're huge. He's a big guy. I would love to watch it, man. Like, it'd be interesting to hear him and The Rock talk working out, because The Rock is an amazing athlete himself.
Yeah.
I can't. It'd be everyone's still hoping for that Cavill versus Black Adam showdown. I think we're going to see him take on Zachary Levi first, but
Black Adam is a Captain Marvel Shazam character. He was the arch enemy of Captain Marvel for decades,
Yeah.
along with Dr. Savannah and Mr. Mind and whatever. They have got. I mean, that's to me. Cavill as Superman taking on Black Adam. Number one, The Rock would be like the main feature of that period. He's a bigger star, quite frankly, than
He's
Henry
the
Cavill.
biggest star in the world.
Yeah, and
There's nobody
and
bigger
I'm,
than
I'm
The Rock.
like, okay.
Well,
I mean,
what are you going to do?
like-
who are you going to? But who are you going to cast as Superman? Like, even if you rebooted it, like, so even if it was part of a reboot universe, who do you even cast as Superman who's bigger than The Rock? So it's like, do you just? I would just roll with Cavill if that's something you want to do, because
that's what my point. He's got to be in. You don't need Superman. The character, he's got his own. I mean, we haven't seen Brainiac yet in a damn film.
No, I get it, and everyone
For
complains.
Pete's sake,
And Superman fighting Black Adam would kind of be like him fighting Zod again. Power-wise,
So
really powerful, and magic helps out Black Adam. as well.
get. You got to have Captain Marvel and Black Adam square off at some point.
Hopefully that's what happens. I don't know who's going to direct that movie. I hope it's Sandberg.
Shit, Billy Batson, Ashel Angel, or whatever. What's the kid's name? I say kid.
I believe it is Asher.
Asher Angel. He's going to be like 37 by the time Shazam 3 rolls around, or Black Adam 2, whatever. And
he'll be old enough to drink, that's for sure.
I think he is now. Isn't he like 27? I'm exaggerating, but
I think he's in his. I thought maybe early 20s. I thought
he's kind of too old. You're going to get me on a tangent here. I mean,
no, I get it.
Billy Bats. They should have went with a younger kid in that.
He's
movie.
a good actor.
Yeah, he's fine. Nothing against him. He did a great job. Should have been just a little younger. That's the whole point.
I guess it's hard to find. I mean, Rick knows about this, but it's hard to find good kid actors.
I'm gonna just not comment on that, but I get that 100%. I get it. The best actor I've seen in one of these movies in a while is the kid who played Jimmy Gordon in The Dark Knight.
That's a good one. That's such a great scene. It's so emotional.
I don't know why he's not. He should have got an Oscar nod for that.
He's good. He's good.
It was good. All right, so finally, the Batman.
I heard it's a mess.
It's
comment. It's over. They're giving Affleck back the keys. I think.
Yeah. They're going back to Scotland and doing a little extra filming for about a week and a half or two. And apparently, and I did ask about this once I read the article from, what is it, Daily Mail?
Something like that.
Okay. I checked, and it seems to be, if it wasn't, I would say it. It looks like they are doing some things that they either couldn't do when they originally were shooting in Scotland on location.
Because that's where they shut down, right? That's
right about that time.
Virus shutdown. Yeah.
And it's going to also involve some more action and stunt work that they need. So,
was this from when England shut down initially because of the virus, or was this the Pattinson got COVID, so we have to shut down?
That was when they went back to work in September.
So they're filming stuff they missed from the first shutdown.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, that's where they were at. Remember all those spy pics came out of the stunt guy on the bike and all that? That was when it. So, look, that happens. If they were significant reshoots, if they were, changing the movie like I said they were doing back in 2017 with Justice League, I'd tell you, but it just seems this is just some extra stuff they need, and it will involve Pattinson. I don't know if he has to be in the bat suit. Maybe it's Bruce Wayne.
They said Pattinson and Farrell.
Yes.
I mean, you know me, I can't get enough Oswald. So in my head, I'm thinking, confrontation. I'd love for the Oswald's no physical match for Batman, but I would love to see a good.
I bet Colin Farrell went, shit, I got to go do reshoots. That means I have to put
makeup.
all that makeup again. Yeah, I want to hear how when he talks about how long it takes for him to get in the costume.
He's probably got a place in the area. He's got a nice little paycheck. I think he's doing good.
Sure.
I mean, it took DeVito a long time for his.
Oh
makeup.
yeah.
You know, I mean, even Jack. You think Jack isn't wearing that much, but those prosthetic cheeks take time.
Yeah. I mean,
they're not Arnold or Bane.
It's like some of those are like 4 or 5 hour processes. That blows my mind.
I know a lot of Eckhart's performance in Dark Knight is CGI.
It is,
but they did do some like painting of the face and everything.
Yeah.
But like I still prefer, and that looks great. But like I'm curious. Like Tommy Lee Jones, how long did he sit in that chair? Because he's got the hair, he's got half his face.
Yeah,
his neck.
It's like
they take some time.
Like with,
and I like that look actually.
It's funny and kind of ironic the way Nolan works. He's such a practical shoot filming guy, that he went with a CGI Two-Face as opposed to it being all prosthetics and makeup.
I remember him talking about using the bat in the third movie, and he's like, I don't like this, but he's like, how else do I make this thing fly?
Yeah.
He was like so reluctant to do it, but he's like, all right, I got a cave here. It's just like, oh man, you're an old man director now. You're so set in your ways.
Yep. So I mean, it seems that he would, with to make Two-Face, it's not easy, but I mean, it can be done.
Well, I mean,
practical.
If you're eye popping out like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And it looks good. They did a good job.
Yeah.
Of that,
I think with the look they were going for, that maybe been the only way to get that. I mean, there's
a lot more CGI in that movie than I realized. The scene where Joker invades the party, the windows are all green screen.
Sure,
I didn't know that. I was like, wow, okay, that's in when he's hanging upside down. Obviously, I was like, oh wow, like that's cool. I was like, it just shows that the right amount of green screen.
You know what was not CGI or miniatures? Them flipping that 18-wheeler.
No, really, that was like so much fun to watch. I remember that being in the trailer, and I was like, "Whoa, that's cool."
I talked to Chris Corbold about that. He's the one who came up with that. He was the FX director, and he was saying no one was adamant about wanting to do it for real. Wanted to get an 18-wheeler and flip that son of a gun. So they pulled it off.
And I believe the bat pod actually turned, right? Like, doesn't that actually work?
I do not know. I don't know.
It actually did that. All right.
I don't know if there's a full size bat, the bat pod. I was thinking the bat for a second. You said the bat a second ago.
The pod.
I know the bat pod. There are bat pods because they wrote them. So
yeah, but I think it actually does do the turns.
Does it with the wheels going?
I don't know if it's as fast. I think they had to enhance it a little bit, but I think it does some of it. I know they do that way.
All right, so that's all we got. So we got Batman Long Halloween. I gave it a big thumbs up, A+. The Batman.
I'll let you know in August.
The Batman, yes, and Pete will let us know in August. The Batman returns to Scotland for a little bit of extra filming. Supergirl logo revealed, and we talked about the Flash and how we like all the logos and the still suit teases.
Mm-hmm.
The Flash set pics out there. Be careful if you're trying to avoid that stuff. And the Captain Marvel / Shazamily official pic is out there. You want to check out their new costume. So that's all we got for this edition. Peter, give me that rundown, that plug you got. You can whip it out and just roll it out.
Social media, that's Twitter, Instagram is Zack Snyder's favorite, Verra at Pete Illustrated. You could follow my first podcast, Straight Outta Gotham, straight_O_G, that I co-host with Eric Holzman, the champion of Long Island. You could also follow, that's on Twitter, on Twitter, at Italians for Spidey. That is the Italian Spider-Man Coalition podcast that I co-host with the Vigilante 1939 crew of Sausage and Meatball, Nicholas and Nick Caruso. That is on their podcast feed. You can check out my articles and reviews of comic books and toys and all kinds of cool stuff on BatmanOnFilmProper.com and Batman on Film YouTube.
All right, sounds good. All right, follow me on Twitter at Batman on Film. If you want just Batman links, news links, that's at the Batman on Film on Twitter. We're all these shows. Most of them are part of the Batman Podcast Network. You can find those shows on BatmanPodcastNetwork.com and on Twitter at BatPod Network, and that's run by senior Batman on Film contributor Ryan Haas. Shout out to Ryan Haas. Like what we do here on Batman on Film, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Batman on Film. I don't think if I'm missing anything. Oh, check out my review again of The Long Halloween. And I got a video on YouTube. If you want to see the calendar that I talked about earlier and whatnot, I put a quick little video up of it on YouTube. You can see that. And I think that's it. So for Pete, I'm Bill. We'll catch you next time. And Baba Booey to you all.
Thanks for listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jett's official vlog and podcast on Batman on Film. Follow Jett on Twitter at Batman on Film. Follow the BOF newsfeed on Twitter at the Batman on Film. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original, Batman on Film, established in 1998.